Alright guys, how are y'all doing today? We got some more information about the sales for the first week of December. So if you hadn't seen some of my recent videos, I was going through the sales, but it was only the top 10. So we did get an update of the Famitsu software sales for the top 30 in the first week of December. And let me tell you, Nintendo pretty much dominated. There's only 2 games that made it to the top 30 that were sold for the PlayStation 5 in that week. So let's go ahead and just take a look at that real quick. So of course, from number 1, first place, all the way to number 7, it's all Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games. So of course, Mario Kart World at number 1, Kirby Air Riders at number 2, Pokemon Legends ZA, then Pokemon Legends ZA again. First one's for Switch 2, the other one's for the Switch. Anyways, we get down to Octopath Traveler for the Nintendo Switch. Octopath Traveler 0 did 21,000 for the Nintendo Switch. And then when we get to number 8, that same game, it did 19,000 for the PlayStation 5. And then for the Nintendo Switch 2, it did 18,000 for the Nintendo Switch 2. So Octopath Traveler it sold way more on just the regular Nintendo Switch. It sold 19,000 for the PS5 and 18,000 for the Nintendo Switch 2. Mind you that PS5 does have 7 million consoles in Japan versus the Nintendo Switch 2, which so far only has more than 3 million. So the fact that they could only sell 1,000 more copies says a lot. But there you go. That's your first PlayStation 5 game in the top 10. It's ranked at number 8. And the rest of it is all Nintendo until we get down to number 23, which is that crap-ass game, Ghost of Yotei, which sold 3,000, so just about 3,000 copies in Japan, first week of December. And after that, it's just all Nintendo. So top 30 games in Japan for the first week of December were all Nintendo games for the most part, except for 2. And that was Ghost of Yotei at number 23. And then at number 8, of course, being the Octopath Traveler 0 game. It's only sold about 18,000 copies, and it's a brand new game. So let's see how well they hold up by this week and the upcoming weeks. But yeah, Nintendo continues to dominate the charts over there in Japan and probably worldwide as well. I do like the fact that Donkey Kong Bonanza is still selling decently over there. It's number 14. Wish it was selling better, but that's not too bad. 7,819 copies, giving it a total of 391,000. It's close to hitting 400,000 over there in Japan. People definitely need to stop sleeping on that game over there in Japan. But regardless, I mean, look, it's doing better than Metroid Prime 4, but at least it's just the Nintendo Switch version. So the Switch version of Metroid Prime 4 sold about 7,500, whereas Donkey Kong sold more. But if we go all the way back up, Metroid Prime 4 actually did 21,000. Now, I believe this is still just counting those 3 days that Metroid Prime 4 has been out. Surprisingly, the Switch 2 edition is selling way more than the regular Switch version. Maybe if there was multiplayer, the Switch version would be doing better. I don't know. Because people wouldn't even care so much about getting the game just for its visuals. They'd be like, oh, look, it's got multiplayer. Let's just get it on the Switch. Just my opinion. But Super Smash Bros. Still selling really well. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still selling, and it outsold Ghost of Yotei, which is a freaking brand new game. So even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still kicking that game's ass. Ghost of Yotei, yeah, that overrated ass game. 6 million, almost 6.5 million for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let's see, what else do we got? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza still doing well. Of course, you've already seen. If you go back and watch my other video that I uploaded this past week, I talked about all these in a top 10 here. And Kirby Air Riders, yeah, I'm glad it's still in second place, still holding its own. I do hope it starts to sell more because their first week they sold 100,000 copies, and then it dropped down to like 60,000, 40,000. So I'm wondering if they just sold out so many copies or whatever. They just most of the retailers were sold out, and they're just not getting enough in or whatever. They need to definitely meet the supply and demand for this game, because I do think more people, especially in Japan, probably prefer that game over Mario Kart World. But anyways, yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this. Nintendo dominates the Famitsu sales for the top 30 in the first week of December. Pretty much all 28 games sold in the top 30 are Nintendo games on Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, and you only have 2 for the PlayStation 5. So PlayStation 5 continues to get its sorry ass kicked in just about every area. So anyways, yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this, and I will talk to y'all later.